So let's motivate propositional logic. Why do you, as a computer scientist, need to understand propositional logic? Well, at the end of the day, any piece of software that you write, algorithm that you develop, or code that you implement that is designed for traditional hardware, that is non-quantum hardware, at the end of the day is going to be translated into a series of logical steps. So understanding those logical steps in the language that underpins them is foundational to computer science. In particular, understanding propositional logic will allow you as a computer scientist to design efficient algorithms. When presented with a particular problem, understanding the language of propositional logic will give you a framework by which you can design an algorithm to solve the particular problem that you're trying to address. In addition, propositional logic will allow you to analyze algorithms. And usually the analysis of these algorithms involves some sort of proof. What kind of proofs are you going to be doing? Well, for example, you could do proofs of correctness. Given a particular problem, you propose an algorithm to be able to solve it. How do you know that that algorithm actually solves that problem? The language of propositional logic will give you a framework by which you can prove mathematically that the solution that you have proposed, that algorithm, actually does solve the problem that it says it does. Other ways you can analyze an algorithm are, for example, in terms of performance. So with propositional logic, you could make a claim that your algorithm will solve a certain problem within a certain amount of time, or using a certain amount of RAM, or a certain amount of hard drive space, etc. You can prove this using propositional logic. In addition, and lastly, propositional logic will give you a framework and a language to compactly, and most importantly, mathematically, express complicated algorithms and software. This is especially important because typically when we talk about algorithms, we might draw diagrams, we might use analogies, things like this, but using propositional logic, we will actually have a language by which we can express the particular algorithm that we're talking about in a language that can be mathematically analyzed for these sorts of purposes and many others. So these are just a few of the motivations and reasons why propositional logic is so important for you as a computer scientist to know.